Hello, IDT603. This is Francisco here using my Zoom for screencasting. As you may have heard, I like to brand things. So, from the IDT603 class, I'm going to call this a flowchart technique demo. I'll be using Google Slides for that. So, if I hit escape here, there you go. I'm going to go back into slides. Stop the share to explain. I saw one of the videos this week and I noticed a couple of things that are somewhat universal that may help. Essentially, the use of line connectors for shapes and also the use of grouping when handling graphics. It's an alternative. That's all I'm trying to say as to how to create not just flowcharts, but most anything on a drawing um, app or applet or the drawing feature. I chose to use Google Slides. One, it's free, it's out there. Anyone who has a Gmail account can use it. And secondly, because it reminds me of PowerPoint. And when push comes to shove, I shun Excel for drawing because you're drawing on a bunch of cells. Yes, Excel does great graphs, but I don't know if that's the best place to draw. And Word, it's also great for drawing. It's a blank slate, but it tends to keep us on this portrait orientation that I personally don't see work for drawing. So without further ado, I'm going to go back to sharing my screen. So here's this untitled presentation. I'm going to create a new slide. It works the same way. Okay, so I'm going to remove this. Or actually, hold on. Let me just call it. This is a demo of a flow chart using Google Slides. And I'm keeping this because not only do they serve as captions, technique demo IDT 603. Put that here under the name. I always have to put my dates 12. Okay, so that's being saved locally. Again, I am a fan of swim lane, so let's think I'm going to save this for swim lane. Or also, I think I checked out my Visio. I think they're called cross-functional flowcharts. It's when you have more than one actor, stakeholder, and app, or you have a mixture of them. Plus, I like the left to right layout for them to be easier to read. Okay, so most drawing programs, you're going to insert a shape right here. Okay. Oh, something I wanted to learn how to do today. Come here. I don't think I have a way to zoom. Anyway, I thought I could do it, but nope. Close this. So I'm inserting a shape. Okay. And I'm going to follow what somebody else posted. And here's my beginning. Flowchart terminator. So here's the start. And in Google Slides, you can do a Control D. Here's an end. Okay, that's another way of duplicating. Another way you can do it is select it, hold down the control, move it up. So that's a shortcut to creating more slides, okay? So the gist of this is that if you can see here on the line menu, you have a select line menu over here. You have lines, arrows, and elbow and curve connectors. Personally, I love elbow connectors, okay? Why? Because they stay together. Once you create it, they will stay together. Watch, go elbow connector from here. I touch here, ta-da, create it. I have all kinds of ways to handle it. And then I grab this end and I go down here. See how you can hook it up to any of the four and it will reshape itself. And then this little guy here means you can move them around. Oh, interesting. Didn't stay. Not if you use that guy. Let me see something else. It's not following it. Okay, let's try again. Elbow connector, do that. Elbow connector, do this. And then, okay, it's doing it now. You essentially attach it to the end of the shape and it's gonna follow. So again, now that they're connected, let me see if this guy won't embarrass me again. Nope, it's there. Oh, gotta be careful with that. The ones in Visio will stay, so again, careful with the center guy in Google. Otherwise, let's see if it follows. Yeah, it's following, still following. Okay, and again, I'm not going to go too deep into the creation of shapes. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. We have all kinds here, and again, as you can see at the bottom, most of these apps now have the traditional process, alternate process, of course, the decision point, data. I like this one. I think it's the predefined process, internal storage. Of course, here's the document one, multiple document, the terminators, preparation, manual input. I mean, these signs have been out there since forever. Manual operation, connector, off-page connector, card, punch tape. See, since forever. Summing junction. Oops. Again, this is for software, but I think they're trying us to use this. Extract, merge. What's this guy? Store data, delay. This one I like. Sequential access to storage, and of course, database. Magnetic disk. IDT603 storage. So some of these things will make you smile. So let's create this one for display. As you can see, I can also take this now and then connect it to that, and now they're going to stay together. So you can reshape and just add another connector, elbow connector. I like elbow connector. I like so between here and here. Okay, and now I can move everything around and they stay together. Again, another one of the videos I saw this week, shapes can be grouped. You can either select and hold down the control key. I think with this, we're also now. Let's just be safe. Okay. I think I've selected everything. Let's see what Google does. There you go. You can group. And what happens with this, instead of touching one shape, I touch all of them, and now they're all together in one place. Can I edit them inside? No. For that, I will need to ungroup. Oh, yes, I can. Good. Cool. Yeah, we're inside the group, but I still can work with some of the shapes inside. But if I touch, I select, I'm sorry, any of the shapes, they stay together. Okay, so let me put this guy kind of here in the middle. Does it work? Oops. Control C. Okay. And I'm doing this because, and you know, let's say one of the shapes doesn't look the way you want it. You can always see I'm joining the connector point. It went purple or however, but the principle is the same. They stick together. So what's a swim lane? Essentially, a swim lane is you say, well, a process, I have somebody else in here. We could create a very simple swim lane by adding another shape. And now that we know how to group them, let's say this is one process in here. Oh, drawing also very important is send to back. Let's see. Order, there you go, send to back. It's very important when drawing, send to back. There we have that. Now we can select everything here. And we can do another Control D. And now I have my second swim lane in the flowchart. Oh, it only did that one. Interesting. Okay. So most everything now does what's called a snap to grid. So, you know, you see these little lines flowing around. and it will align your objects. Another way of doing this, you can select both things, and I think there's got to be an align. So you can align vertically or horizontally. So let's say we align to center. It did the shapes. Oh, these guys are back here. Oh, okay. Let's put this guy in here. Let's put this guy. Oh, not this guy. Other guy. This guy back here. Okay. In the back. Let's group those two guys together. Group. And now let's send them to the back. As you can see now, when I group, it joins, it merges the handles. And I go order, send to back. And now my things, my other two other group show up. Let's say what happens if I try to do this and I try to connect this to that. There you go. I can get rid of this terminator. I can get rid of this. Oop, not the whole terminator. Just one guy. Okay, on. But you gotta be careful. Just selecting just that. I'm showing this because you could say, well, I got this one process and I'm gonna work on this other portion. Visio would have put a label in here, which I think we can just put a text box. Say process one or actor one or app one. Or yeah, let's just call it user. Not a user, user. And then either we can move this 90 degrees or, yeah, there you go. This thing will rotate. If you hold down the shift key, it will rotate nicely and be very straight. Again, Control D. We'll create a copy. And then you can say this is now. Okay. Two things, two functions that are working, the user and the app. Okay. Shapes. Again, this is all one big group. This is another group here. So we essentially have three groups. The swim lanes in the back, this first drawing and the copy of the drawing. And still, if I move this around, as you can see, the connectors will follow. And if you deselect and select just the shape, see how it highlights? I can move things around and the connectors will follow. So that was a quick demo of connectors, shapes, rotating, sending to back. That's, I would say, rather universal set of features on, stop now, on most drawing functionalities or drawing apps. I wrote somewhere this used to be called Microsoft Drawing, but as we can see, it's nothing special. You don't need to have a special app. Try it on Word or PowerPoint, and good luck using it on Excel. I know many of you out there like Excel. Anyway, let me share my branding again. Okay, and that's the end of my, oops, there you go. That's the end of my flowchart technique demo. Thank you. Good luck with your flowcharts. Have a good night.